I am streaming. I just started. I forgot to. No! I nearly turned it off. I meant to share the link. Why is the link so close to the end button? I don't like how close it is to the end button. There you go. There you go. Alrighty then. I was working on a thing last night and I wanted to finish it, but I couldn't because the background is driving me nuts. I should be recording if I want to save this for... Hello, Nick. Nick. Just give me one moment. I don't know what I'm doing. This is definitely the week of things not going. I think structure will never return to my life until school starts. That's a sad reality I live in. I was working on this. I like everything except the background. I have no idea what I'm doing with this background. Hey, I feel terrible too. I mean, not sick terrible, but just bad life choices terrible. hmm. Still better than yesterday though. Yesterday was awful. I will get into the story of that, but first, I do need to know. I does have to know. How do you guys feel about this background? Mornings are still rough. Something about this week, mornings are super rough. I might want to go back to doing, I don't know. Once again, I won't know for sure exactly the schedule until at least the first week of school starts, so I get an idea of like, okay, how much energy do I have? I probably won't do the same I might have to rearrange the schedule in the sense of like I probably won't have time to do it because I used to do the streams on days when I have school because because it was when I was doing Zoom, I was doing online, and so I didn't have to go anywhere. So doing it in the morning was super easy. I know, like I think that I'm gonna start over. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I feel like it's technically okay, but it doesn't tell me anything. Like, let's see. Let's start peeling some of this off. Let's start peeling some of this off. This is like... Maybe the color's too bright. That could be the problem. Like it's hard to have dark yellows without looking awful. Let's see, like you try to go dark and it just goes bleh. We're just gonna experiment on this background a lot. Excuse me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save this. Then we're gonna one test. That way I could go crazy and I could delete a few things. Oops. This is the test one. We're gonna delete a couple of things and see what happens. We're gonna delete all the things. Hold on. And I'm gonna delete that. Because I like, okay, so I kind of put like, oh, did I get rid of the lighting? Oh, maybe I did. Oh, Emily. I'm trying to figure out the background for this cover. Like, a part of me wants to use yellow, but the problem is yellow's, it's hard to do a dark yellow without it looking awful. Mm. It's like yellows and greens. Yellows and greens are really hard to go dark without looking awful. So let's try this. Yeah, everyone's just kind of a zombie today. Don't feel bad about it. If anything, you're probably going to be the highlight compared to all of us zombies over here. Oh no! I mean, I knew it was going to be bad. But oh my god. Hold up. Let me try. Let me try and fix this. Let's try and fix this. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You know what? I think I know what color I'm trying to achieve here. Hold up. I'm thinking of a book cover. I'm thinking of one of my books. How did it go? Hold up. Hold up. Looking for book cover. Well, here, let me just erase this real quick because it just makes me sad looking at it. It's just like, no, stop looking like this. No. You all look like you're in puke. Stop it. Okay. There was a book cover. Maybe. Oh, shut up. I get so many spam calls. It's actually ridiculous. That's the book cover I'm looking for. No, 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 don't start book. Okay, so. Yeah, this one has a lot of yellows and greens. Like tan? Maybe. Oh no. Whoopsie. I did the exact opposite. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. So, I'm looking for green. This one has a nice ember green. And then I need, I'm sorry, Emily. Well, you're just gonna have those bad days. Not every exam is a fire. Is a fire? A lot of exams are a fire. Yeah, everyone gets cookies today. Everyone's gonna get cookies today. It's the last week of freedom. Everyone gets cookies today. I kind of like this. The yellow's still not right, though. Oh, stupid color thing. Da, da, da. Maybe I should just go all the way. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I like that already. Now let's just erase. Let's see. I'm slowly getting what I want. What if I did, let's see. What if I did another layer? This time, oh, hmm. probably should go over the lines. There we go. And then... I think that's better. At least it's better than what we had. Still questioning it, though. I do need to look up lighting. Because my lighting is awful. I could shade. Can't light worth patooey. Oh, what if I did this? Hold up. Kind of keep it more like the bottom half of them has that color. That way their heads stick out. I know, there's like something missing. What is the thing that's missing, though? Let me try another. I think what we need is like, whoopsie. I don't know. It was just a color that I liked, but I'm starting to think I might have to give up on this color. You think I should... that's the problem. I don't know if I should draw like the whole bodies of them. A yellow background with a character with a yellow shirt. That could be the thing. I mean, it's not exactly the same kind of yellow. Let me try... Oh, you know what? Maybe it needs kind of like a frame. Wait. I do a dark purple color and make it shattered glass? That's a good idea. Let's see. Yeah. Whoop. Stupid thing. Not doing the thing that I want it to do. Trying to see if I like... I know the frame's really bad. I know the frame's really bad. Hold up, give me a second. The frame is really bad. Nah. No, sticky fingers, stop. Sticky keys? Yeah, like I know it's like it's one of those things where the obvious answer would go with dark colors, right? The obvious answer would be darker colors. Oh, you did? Which one was that? I do like the shattered glass idea. Oh, well that's not shattered glass. That's more like a light beam that kind of looks like glass. But I totally get where you're coming from. The problem is I don't know where... I guess the center would be here. And what if I did like a really dark green for the shatter? We go for a very dark green for the lines. So let's try... Let's do this. Whoop, that's too big. That's too big. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good size. All right, so it'd be kind of like this, sort of, maybe. Okay, and then bump, 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 bump. Here we go. Bump. Hey, oh no! Damn it. Hold up. I messed up. I thought I clicked that. Nope, not across the face. There we go. That's better. And then, there we go. I do like the shattered glass thing because that does help represent the situation pretty well. Because the next chapter we're going to be dealing with... Basically, like, the whole first chapter was them in, like, their superhero, like, outfits and stuff like that, but this one's going to focus a little bit more on their, uh, their regular identities. There we go. Look at that. That's cool. I like that. Mega Brain. Emily, Mega Brain. Mega Brain. I'm glad I went with the green lines. Because I don't know. I just kept telling myself, I was like, no, we're doing green and yellow. Does that match the tone? Maybe. I can make it match the tone. I'm an artist. I'm gonna break the rules of your reality. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Hold up, wrong button. Sticky keys. Stop being so noisy. No, I don't like that. Nope. Because I was like, I was thinking of, I mean, I know it wasn't going to be exactly like the cover of Del Toro's Quest, the first book, but I was just like, I don't know. I like the. I guess it helped with that cover because the knight is like golden armor. So of course the cover would have like gold and green, especially since he's in a forest. But I'm sitting here going like, I want yellow and green. Probably the like. I guess what I was trying to go for is like I want to represent like not necessarily because like sad would be too simple about what's happening. Sad would be too simple. So like purples, darks, and all that, negative colors would be too simple. Because this situation is a mess. It is so much messier. Well, the thing is, the most important thing you have to remember, because sometimes, especially if you're really interested in something, especially when something has a lot of symbolism and stuff like that, sometimes it's not necessarily the symbolism, but what the symbolism means to the author. Um, that's why when you get into like trying to understand where the author's coming from with a story, son of a fart. You might want to get in the author's head just a little bit, kind of give you, because sometimes it gives you a little bit ahead of the game. Because like, oh, here's a good example. You know that guy who wrote Alexander Hamilton, right? I always forget his name, but he's super popular. He's doing a lot of Disney stuff, um, especially in Disney music and stuff like that. A very, very popular trait. In fact, the best way to know about an author is figuring out what their favorite tropes are. Um, because they always either put it in or put something similar to it in. Like, so like, oh, like I'm different this time. You're like, no, this is the same trope. It's fine. I know what you're doing. Um, he loves romance triangles. He loves them. Yeah. And once again, there's a romance triangle in there. It's not the main plot, but he's gonna put it anyway because he's absolutely in love with this trope. He can't help it. He loves it. Um oh, the guy. The guy. But that's the thing. Um that's how I feel about when I try to understand like Five Nights at Freddy's with Scott Cawthon sometimes. I'm just all like, okay. Like what do you like any other author would take this differently. Where are you taking this kind of thing? I'm starting to understand what his favorite tropes are. He is definitely sci-fi man. Definitely sci-fi man. He loves sci-fi. Even something that could not necessarily be sci-fi, he'll take it there. He'll find a way to make it sci-fi. Can't help it. Sci-fi man. To be fair, I kind of like his mix of ghost sci-fi, to be honest. He doesn't necessarily go completely sci-fi. It's kind of weird. Sometimes he'll like a lot of people say it's like, oh, FNAF's gone completely sci-fi. I'm just sitting here going like, not really. Like it kind of does in some areas, but then it just always somehow reels its way back into like Ghost. Mm. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Like one minute you're just all like, ah, this there's a scientific reason for this, and then Ghost, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot ghosts are here. Okay, I kind of like this. I think we're almost there. Yeah, like that's the whole thing about Matrix stuff, right? It's all like the big focus on Matrix is um reality and fantasy, right? Like like as humans we prefer fantasy over reality because reality is difficult and hard to accept. I mean, we're still experiencing that even today. But what is fantasy taken too far? Where, how far do we have to go before we're completely disconnected from reality to the point where it's harmful? Not just us, but like the human species as a whole. I mean, Matrix is not the first one to do it, but I think a lot of people like it because it was the first one that it's one of the first ones that at least came around the time period where it was the most believable outside of most novels. Because most novels, for some reason, kind of went like, "Oh, fantasy is great. Stay here." And I'm like, "Okay, you need to reassess yourselves." Oh, hello, Michael. Oh, I don't know why it took me so long to realize you were there. Yeah, did you have a bad morning? It feels like everybody's having not just a bad morning, but a bad week of mornings. Well, yeah, I know the trans analog too, which is another factor. Um, because of like trans reality too, because in a way there's a bit of fantasy in the sense of like transitioning and stuff like that, but you also have to recognize the reality of certain circumstances of transitioning, because you have to remember the person. I'm sorry if I can't remember her name, but she's a very old school um, trans activist, so she does have a lot of like reality set boundaries when it comes to certain trans issues that some people in the trans community either agree or disagree. Like it's very complicated, but the point is that's kind of that's why it's not complete. Like the thing with Matrix, it doesn't completely abandon the idea of fantasy or reality or transitioning into something better. That's why it never completely says this whole thing is 100% bad and awful and everything. But there are forces that will make it bad and awful for the rest of us, and if we dive in too deep into it. Um, that's what I find fascinating about it. I think that like, the first few movies kind of lean into the more like this is awful, and then it kind of leans into like okay, there's actually some good things, and then back to awful again. Like I said, it's a balance thing that goes through the story a lot. It's very much like it's just a good allegory of not only just trans, but just like um, technology and the progression of it as a whole. Um, aw. Oh, what is that? Oh, well, it could be. I mean, I don't know what it is, so I don't know for sure. I have a tendency to always assume that parents have good intentions when it comes to signing their kids for stuff. But then again, there are some parents that don't know what the hell they're doing, so I don't know. Let's see. Well, at least you have one more year before you're an adult, right? Then you won't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore. Excuse me. I attended last year. Um, it could still be good. I guess the problem is, I think I know what she's doing in the sense of like, it's more of a connections thing. Uh, don't focus too much on the learning things you already know. Try your best to be more social about it. Um, especially since you're almost done with school, at least when it comes to high school stuff. Um, you should focus more on the social part of it than being told things that you already know. Just so you could you could totally fizz that out if you want. Try your best to focus on the social aspect of it. Um, because you're entering the adult world and connections are everything. Mm. You'll get the job you want much faster if you know people. There's some jobs that don't really necessarily require that aspect, but most jobs do. So just focus on, just try to focus your energy more on the social aspect as best you can. I know it's very hard. We're all nerds here. This is like, it sounds like a death sentence, but you should at least try. And don't feel bad if you suck at it. Okay? Just try. Okay? Just try your best. I know I go to social events, even though it's always about topics that I already know about. that's not the point of why I'm there. True. She probably should have gave you more of a heads up than just assuming that you have time for that kind of thing. A con a what? I know you sound like my older sister. It's in the sense of like unexpected. Uh, she hates unexpected like events. Like it's just like no one told me this was a thing today. Oh my god! But then again, she has a lot of physical problems, so like she has to be mentally ready in order to be physically ready for events. So because if you don't, she's not going to go because she physically can't. But I completely understand where you're coming from. Like I said, I have a sister that has a has a particular mindset. I'm not saying that. Okay, what's the word I'm looking for? It's annoying, but for her, it's even it's like it's not just annoying. It's like actually a problem when it comes to springing stuff on her. Uh, let's see. I'm just kind of fooling around with this thing. Oh, now I know why it's not doing what I wanted to do. Hold up. But yeah, it's completely understandable. Ooh, give me that. Oh, it's online? Boo! Then what's the point? Okay, now I don't understand. Like, what's the point then? What is the point? I don't understand. Hold up. I want to try and fix this part. Okay. I still feel like something's missing though. I wish I knew what it was. Hmm. Maybe I just don't like the lighting filter I put over it. Oh wait, did I take that off? Oh, I did take that off. Then what's this? Oh, it's this? Hmm. Maybe I don't need that? Or maybe I just don't like that I took some of the face part off. Okay, and then let's see. Mm, I've never tried til til tilpa. I think I'm saying that right. I would pick crab only because I'm very cautious about shrimp. Because it's kind of weird. My both two of my members of my family are allergic to shrimp. Not all types of shrimp. They're just allergic to certain types of shrimp. Grandparents are nice. It's good to have a good communication with your grandparents. It could be a little awkward sometimes, but that's just because they lived in a completely different time period than you have. But it is good to recognize that time period. Because I think a lot of people tend to forget how lucky we are in most cases. Because like there's so many people that think we're so worse off than we actually are, and I'm sitting here going like, go talk to somebody that's lived longer than you. They could probably tell you shit that turn you white. Oh, prawns. I don't think I've ever had those. Oh, but does it help you learn it? Or are you just honestly just kind of left in the dark? Okay. Okay. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Oh, you know what could be the I think the problem is yes, I am boomerang. I'm boomerang so hard today. I'm mostly boomerang because I'm getting very easily distracted by trying to figure out how the hell how am I gonna make this work? Okay. I think the biggest problem is I don't think I've shaded this enough. Let's see. There we go. I'm looking for this color. And then let's make this light again. Yeah, I think I'm missing a few parts that should be shaded, like right here. Oops, too big. There we go. Oops. But yeah, let's see. Oh, that's still pretty good. That's probably why my Spanish drove you nuts. um, yeah, I think that's what my problem was, is that I just did not have enough shading. Probably a little bit under the nose. Like, I want it to shade, but I don't want to shade too much. It's not that heavy. Like I said, I want the feeling of, like, sadness, but also, like, other tangled mess of feelings. Lots of worry. I think that's the best feeling I could think of, is that there's a lots of concern. Well, I think you would. Like, it's one of those things where if the accent's your only issue, that usually gets better over time if you're in an environment where you are kind of forced to say it on a daily basis. That's why it's weird, because sometimes like my accent is actually really on point, and then other times I'm just like, how the hell? But then again, I do that with my own language, period. Like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally speak English, and they're just like, Ascalado? What's that? Naked OJ. But then again, you could argue if that's actually English or not, or. Okay, I think I'm just gonna, yeah, that's the best practice is if you're in the environment. Lapis. Oh, now I see problems. I see little problems. Hold up. Boop. Gonna fix the little problems. Okay. Oh, did that ruin him? Yeah, it did. Let me make that smaller. There you go. I don't know why I gave him wiggly eyebrows. I was just like, I'm gonna make you different. I'm gonna make you different. Lapis. 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's good, especially when it comes to language, because that's kind of like it's one of those things where like that's kind of the point is that is adapting into the. Okay, I think that's it. I think this is all I want for the cover. I don't want to make it too complicated. Yeah, I think that's what the problem is. Maybe I should just get rid of it in general. Maybe I should just go with this. Mm, I feel like there should be a frame of some kind. That's the issue. That's the issue. I'm gonna redo the frame. Make it more solid, maybe. Ooh, you know what? I think I know. I think I know. Excuse me. Well, first I'm gonna make the frame go over the lines. There we go. Let's see, and then let's make it solid. Still too small. I don't know what's with my thing today, but it will not. Why you like this? Oh, because I have the eraser. God, son of a fart. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to green. And then let's make it maybe not that dark. Because I want it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a light green. And then I'm going to. Darn it, it didn't do the thing. There we go. Do the thing. Ah, it's still too big. Ah, da, 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 da. Alright, see you later. Almost done. No. Okay. Almost. Ah, sticky keys. Stop it. Later. That's fine. Okay, and then. Like, I like the frame. It's a bit off, though. Come on. Nope. Why is it not locking? Am I using the wrong one? No. Shift. There. Why? Okay. Da, da. Why are you not? Why are you like this? Like, I want the frame. See, now it's straight. The hell? Hold up. start from here. There we go. And then that. And that. Nope. Nope. Not. Ah, getting. Alright, I think we're back. Something went wrong. I think we're back. Is everyone good? Type in the chat if I exist. Type in the chat if I exist. Okay. According to OBS, I'm working fine. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I think it dropped for some reason. Probably because I'm also recording at the same time. I'm just recording it so I could put it in the art vlog later. Don't worry, it's not going to save the chat. Hey, you exist. Hey, I exist. Let's see. Okay. Once again, I'm trying to get this frame in, but it's still too thick. I hate it. Okay, let's try this again. The frame needs to be thinner. Oh, God, I did the wrong color. Nope, too bright. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. Nice. Oh, nope. Nope, almost had it. Just a teeny bit too thick. There we go. Nope, almost had it. There we go. Alright, it's finally at the thin way that I want it. So now, let me make this, and then make the color dark. Ooh, not too dark. Just enough dark green to do this. Nope, that's too thick. Too thick. Okay, let me go over here. Da, da, da. I kind of like it. Let me just attach these two. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. I haven't read it personally. Or at least I haven't read the whole thing, so I only know like bits and pieces of it. Oops. It's kind of funny because a lot of people say that the Journey to the West is probably the most accurate way to describe how anime is written in general, because it has a lot of the main character tropes that most Eastern stories are written. Because the thing with anime, I mean, there's always a main protagonist, but there's always like, compared to Western storytelling, they usually focus on a bigger cast than most Western stories do when it comes to focus. I remember watching a really good video on the differences between Eastern writing and Western writing, and they always talked about the Journey to the West, which is ironic, by the way. The Journey to the West is like the most accurate take on Eastern storytelling. I was just like, ain't that a thing? At least when it comes to modern. Um, yeah, it's actually a really good story. I just wish I could find something that I could really sit down and listen to it. Ah, nice. All right. This is going to be a pretty short stream today because I basically just wanted to do a stream to finish up this page, and I think I felt like I needed to talk to somebody about it because there's just like I had the idea, but I couldn't think of the background. Um, that was my biggest issue. Um, I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, before I go, I would love to tell you the story about what happened yesterday. Um, so what happened yesterday morning, because I didn't go into, there's like a small detail, there's a few small details that I didn't do. Um, um, so basically what happened yesterday, the reason why I didn't stream is because I was doing my basic morning routine by going downstairs, right? And setting up the kids' breakfast before heading out. And like everybody in the house, like I did not smell this until I went downstairs, but it was a horrible smell downstairs. I was just like, for a minute I thought something like was left in the garbage a little too long, right? I thought something was rotten. Um, but I was just like, like as I was moving around, I was like, oh my god, it's everywhere. And then at first, like we were like, this does smell like skunk, right? That's the kind of smell we're smelling. Um, but at the same time, we were also like, the thing that made us hesitate was the fact that the strongest whiff of that, like the source of the smell, was coming from the kitchen, and we're like, ooh, this could be something really bad. This could be a gas leak, because the stove it's a gas stove. So we were like, okay. If we were considering like going outside and calling someone to check it out. Um, but we kept looking at all the meters and all the meters were fine. Like there was none of them budged yet, and we waited like an hour. And nothing had budged since even that check. So we're like, okay. And then we tested the stove and nothing went bad. Not even a change, and the fire in the stove was working fine. Um, so what we figured what happened is that because this happened before, apparently before I even moved in. They explained that they've had a skunk problem before. Uh, it's been a very long time, but maybe it's a new skunk. But there's a new skunk, and something happened last night. Something chased it around the house. That's why it feels like it's coming from everywhere. And it probably sprayed the worst near the kitchen area. Now the thing is, it happened. I don't know how the skunk did it. I don't know how skunks do this, but apparently this spray was so bad because it was never inside the house. It was outside the house. It just sprayed the walls just enough, probably out of panic, most likely, just around the entire house. Just I think it did one lap, and then at one point when it was going, the smell was starting to subside. Something chased it again and went around that and took another lap. So that was my morning yesterday. Like it was like we spent like at least an hour and a half trying to figure out what it was. Very concerned. Why would you do that? Hard cool kid. I hope that's not a real address, because you really shouldn't be doing that to yourself. But anyway, that was my morning. That was my morning yesterday, and that smell was so bad that I started getting a really bad headache. So I tried to take like maybe a short nap before stream, and then it turned into 3 hours. So yeah, so I was just like, okay, yeah, it's probably a Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna call the stream for today. Like I said, I just wanted to get um, this cover made. Like I said, I'm still not 100% sure if I should have used this color. I wanted to use this color. I don't know why. I just wanted to use it. I wanted it to be like I said, I wanted a feeling of like concern, but I didn't want to. I don't want to use the obvious colors for it because there's slightly other emotions going on in the page too. Um, so I kind of went with like this green questionable mess. I think, you know what? I think what would help, because blue is a good color indicating sadness. So if I just put the shades up just a little bit higher, that way his color palette makes more sense, and everybody else has their other palettes going on. Okay. Alright. I think that's just going to be a stream for today. Apologize in advance, it's a short stream. It will be a while before scheduling will get back to normal. Because I'm still figuring out what the heck I'm doing with school and whatnot. Oh, right. I was thinking, actually, I'm still looking into it, so maybe I'll bring it up later when I'm more confident about it. Just saying. I think I find I think I might have found a. I think I might have found a another website for videos that I can monetize my videos. So I'm thinking of putting. I mean, I'm still gonna put the art vlogs here, but I also am considering moving them to the other website so I can start monetizing them early. I'm still working on it. Not exactly together all there yet. In fact, let me stop recording. But yeah. Um, that's that. I'll get into what that video site is later. I'm still. It says I can do monetization, but I think I still have to wait. And I don't. There's a very long waiting period. Exactly. There's a very long waiting period on the monetization, and I have to get an idea of like how that works exactly. Because like there's some things on that website that are like, oh yeah, this is totally YouTube, and then there's other things I'm like, wait, how do you make a channel? Like like last night I spent like an unreasonable amount of time understanding how because you make an account, but like the channel thing is completely different from what your account is. Like it was a very interesting experience. Um, it's one of those things where I had to look up a few things to understand what the hell I was doing. But anyway, point is, um, that's a thing that I want to do if you want to help support me in that way, because it will be forever before you can support me that way on here. Um, So because apparently there's not like in the website that I'm using there isn't a um, subscriber wall in order to become a partner. Well, not a partner, just get monetization. I could become a partner, but I like this website's still too new to me for me to jump on that bandwagon yet. But I might consider it if things go well. So anyway, that's the idea. Uh, yeah, that's Patreon. That one I'm a little iffy about because that's a little too direct for me, at least at this point. I don't have a big enough audience for that yet. Because that's a huge commitment for people to pay me things when I can't be consistent. At least with monetization, I don't feel like I'm stealing money from people, if that makes any sense. Because I hate it when people give me money when I haven't done anything in a while. Monetization I feel far more comfortable with because I'm not stealing money from. As I say stealing money. That's just how I feel. I know that that's not what I'm doing because people are giving me money, because of their decisions. That's how I feel when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing and people are giving money to me like that. So even if it's $1, it still makes me feel bad. So but that's going to change this year. This year, things are going to change, so I might consider reopening my Patreon again because of it. Um, I just have to wait till school starts, so that way I could start managing myself better. And I gotta stop using school as an excuse to not manage my shit. Um, but it would be easier to start managing it once it's up. That's an tempting offer. Maybe. Um, I do plan to open up commissions. If anything, when it comes to Patreon, I will definitely opening up for commissions. That's definitely going to be my main hub for commissions. I mean, I'll be advertising it at other places, obviously, because you can't advertise yourself only on Patreon. That doesn't make any sense. But when Patreon does open up, it will definitely be for commissions. That's another thing too. I feel like this whole stream is just me explaining what I've been doing and what's coming up for the channel right now, which I feel like I'm going to be doing that again for the vlog. So uh, keep an eye on that because I think that's what the next vlog is going to be about. That's going to be just like my main focus channel, 100% webcomic. Basically, I'm just going to be talking about all my it's going to be talking about all my original uh, projects up ahead. As much as I like Nefarious, I need to start focusing on my original stuff to get money. That way I will have free time to make fun stuff while working on the comics. Trust me, if I could get my original stuff out there and get paid for it, I will have so much more free time to just work on stuff that I want to do. You will see a lot more from me. You'll see a lot more artistic stuff from me if I could just get out of retail. you know? That's always been the main goal. All right, guys. Enough talking. Time to get back to work on other things. I'll do it. That is the 5-year plan. That's the 5-year plan is making this a TV show. 5-year plan. All right. Talk to you guys later. Good morning and good night.